Coming to the exercise of the classes and objects chapter, let's see the definition here. Write a definition for a class named circle with attributes center and radius, where the center is point and radius is a number. And instantiate a circle object that represents a circle with its center at 150, 100 and radius 75. Then write a function named point in circle that takes a circle and a point and returns true if the point lies in or on the boundary of the circle. Then write a function named rectangle in circle that takes a circle and a rectangle and returns true if the rectangle lies entirely in or on the boundary of the circle. At last, write a function named rectangle circle overlap that takes a circle and a rectangle and returns true if any of the corners of the rectangle fall inside the circle. Or, as a more challenging version, return true if any part of the rectangle falls inside the circle. So, as a solution for this exercise, you are supposed to create the two classes, circle and the rectangle. And for the circle, you need to set the three attributes: center, radius, center and radius. Sorry, two attributes. Center being the value as 150 and 100 and radius being the value as 75. So I hope you remember the attributes to be set for the rectangle, and some random values needs to be set for the rectangle. So once that these two classes has been created and the values has been set, then you need to define a function with a name as a point in circle. This function accepts the two parameters. The first parameter being the circle, the object of a circle, and the second parameter being a point, that is x and the y coordinate. And what is it is supposed to do is it has to return the true if that point, the point, whether it lies in or on the boundary of the circle, true, or in the case, or else in the case it has to return the false. So similarly, you need to define the another function known as a rectangle in circle, again which accepts the two parameters, the object of the circle and the object of a rectangle. And for this, it returns true if the rectangle what has been defined, whether it lies in the or on the boundary of the circle. In this case, it has to return the result as a true. In the other case, it has to return the result as false. So the another function has to be defined as a rectangle circle overlap, again which accepts the two parameters, the objects of the circle, the object of the circle and the object of a rectangle, and it also returns true if any of the corners of the rectangles falls inside the circle. So let's see how the solution needs to be written for these three functions here. So before that, I just want to clear you what is the definition here. So suppose if you have defined a circle like this and a rectangle. So in one of the case, what you in one of the function, what you need to do is you need to take this center as a this circle as a one object and one random point as the another value, and you need to just tell whether that point, for example, if you consider this point itself, you need to return the true if this point, whether it lies this inside the circle or at least on the boundary of the circle. If not, then you have to return the result as a false. In the other case, you need to pass the circle as object of this circle as a one parameter and object of this rectangle as the second parameter. So in that case, what you are supposed to do is you need to tell whether this rectangle corner is going to lie within the circle or it is completely outside the circle. If it touches even the boundary or within the circle, you need to return the result as a true. If it is completely away from the circle, you have to return the result as a false. In the last case, you need to tell whether there is a overlap of this circle or the rectangle by telling whether the corners of the rectangle lies over the circle or not. So then we will see how we can define the solution here. So for this, we have defined a main function, and for which we require the math, import the math library here. So we'll see what we have done in the main function. To avoid the confusion, just we have defined a main function to tell you where we need to start the program, or else you can do it without the main also. So as I told you, you need to define the two classes here, rectangle and the circle here. So if you see, we require the point class, we require the rectangle class, and we also require the class circle. So once these three classes has been defined previously, then you can create the object objects of these classes. So Bob being a name of a object for the rectangle class. So if you remember, we can see here what are the different attributes that has been set for the rectangle here. So with the rectangle, width has been set with the value 100, height with 200, and corner being again the object of the another class known as a point. Once that has been created, then you can set with the x and y coordinates for the corner of a rectangle with the value 50 and 50. So similarly, we have created the object of the circle and we have set the three attributes here, as you can see. For again defining the center for a circle, you need to create the object for the class point, and once that has been done, set the x and y values with the 150 and the 100, and radius being the 75. So before we proceed, first thing what we need to do is we need to find out the center of the rectangle. So center of the rectangle, in the sense you need to identify the value of this point here. So the value of this point. So this defines the center of the rectangle. How that is done, we'll see here. So for that we have called a function here, find center, by passing the rectangle, the object of the rectangle class as a parameter, and we'll see what is done here. So here is a function find the center which accepts the object of the rectangle as a parameter. So if you see here, if you want to find out this, again this is a value of the x and the y coordinates, again we should be the object of the class point here. So that is the reason why the object of the point has been created once again here, to get the values for the center of a rectangle. So how to find out the x value here? P dot x is rectangle corner dot x plus width divided by 2. So that means if you are able to find the value with this width, the half of this width plus the half of this height divided by 2 will give you the one value. To find out the x value here, the width from this point to this point is the half this, which will give you the x value, and from this point to this point is a half of the height, which will give you the y value. That means if you take the half of the width and the half of the height, will give you the x and y value as a center for the rectangle here. So that is what is done in this solution as well. So you can see the x value is calculated by finding the rectangle dot corner dot x. This is rectangle dot corner dot x is the x value for this point plus the width, rectangle dot width divided by 2, and similarly for the y, the y value with this, point plus the half of this height will give you the y value for the center for the rectangle here. So you can see here p dot y is rectangle object with the corner y plus rectangle height divided by 2. So as a result, you need to return this point, which is the center of the rectangle here. So here you can see it is going to give you the result as the center of the rectangle. So follow to that, next we are calling here the function point in circle, and please observe here what are the parameters that are being passed to this function. The first parameter is the object of the class circle, and second parameter you need to pass the point. So what I have decided here, why to create a new point here, instead we can just consider the point of the corner itself, that is the corner of a rectangle. So Bob is a object of the class rectangle. Bob dot corner is nothing but the point of the rectangle, that is the origin of the rectangle. So what it is going to do is it is going to tell whether these 2 points are going to whether this point is the corner of the rectangle point is going to lie within the circle or not. So point in circle, we'll check out what has been done here. So here is a function which accepts the two values. So in order to get to know whether this point lies within the circle, you need to find out the distance between the circle center and this point. So how that is found out is, again we are calling the another function known as a distance between the points which again accepts the two parameters that are nothing but the center or the points. You can see the x and y coordinates here. So circle dot center and the point. So let's see what is done there. Distance between the points, here you can see some mathematical operation has been applied here. So don't be worried here, this is a very simple calculation. It is a square root of difference between the x coordinates of the 2 points square plus difference between the y coordinates of the 2 points with square will give you the distance between these 2 points, and that distance is returned here. That distance is returned here. So similarly the value has been displayed here. So what is the conclusion here is it is going to give you the result as a true if this distance is less than or equal to radius. That is if the distance between this point and the point what we have said here, if the distance between these 2 points, for example if we consider this point as a value here, if the difference between these 2 points is less than the radius, then definitely you can tell that this point lies within the circle or at least on the boundary of the circle. Or else if you say that the distance between this point and this point is doesn't lie on the radius or is greater than the radius of the circle, that means the point what you are considering here is the outside the circle. So that is what the logic has been used here to check out how does the 2 points are going to react with the circle center and the point. I hope the solution is clear to you. So next part of the solution is you need to find out whether the rectangle lies on the circle or not. So for that we have defined the function name as a rectangle in circle which accepts the two parameters. The first parameter being the object of the class circle and the second parameter being the object of the class rectangle here. So let's see what is the calculation that has been used here. So rectangle in the circle here. So you can see again the distance between points function has been used, where again it is going to use the two centers here. So here in the previous example, don't be confused, it seems to be exactly same. Why? Because in the previous function instead of taking just simply a point, we have again considered here the point or the corner of the rectangle for a point here. So instead you can take the any point apart from the corner of the rectangle here. So in this case what we have done here is we have taken the circle center and the corner of the rectangle the same way. You can see here for finding the distance we have taken the circle center, the values of the circle center, and the second parameter being the rectangle corner. Rectangle corner in the sense the same thing what we have done here, this corner or this corner. Okay, so to find out the distance here, as we have discussed previously, the same calculation part is used. So the logic remains same even for this function also. So once you find out the distance between these 2 points, you need to make a comparison with the circle radius here. If the distance what you have calculated here, if it is less than or equal to radius, then the conclusion is the result true, which tells that the rectangle lies or at least it touches the boundary of the circle. Or if the distance is much greater than this radius, then you can conclude that the result is false, which tells that the circle doesn't touches even the rectangle. So the solution for the last part is whether the rectangle circle overlaps or not. So for which it is accepts the two parameters, the objects of the circle and the object of the class rectangle here. So for which we will see what has been done here. So we can see here it is going to find out the center of a rectangle. So as I told you earlier how to find out the center of the circle rectangle here. This is how it is going to find out the center. So as I explained, it is going to first identify the x coordinate of the corner of a rectangle plus the half of the width is will give you the x value for the center, and y value is calculated by identifying the y coordinate plus the half of the height of the rectangle, which together will give you the center of a rectangle here, right? So once this rectangle center has been find out, next we need to find out the centers with respect to this rectangle and this circle. So for which we require a one more object of the class point, and how to calculate